Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom means peace. I'm making this video to speak on how the world today, at this moment, don't consider or look at who we are, as being God's people. And it's because of the curses, and it's as if the world doesn't want to address or see that it's because of our wrongdoings, our disobedience, that have us walking around with blonde and pink hair for our women, and our men with their butts hanging, their pants hanging halfway off their butt, and just being bulls in the net on the street corners. I mean, the Lord had told us that He planted us a noble vine. Matter of fact, let's get that. Then we're gonna get my proper due diligence. This is Jeremiah 2:21. Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? Well, how did that happen? By us not following the law, statutes, and commandments of our power. So the world only sees us as niggas, spics, coons, monkeys, the dregs of the world. And those are the bywords and the proverbs that the Lord said that will befall us as a curse, according to Deuteronomy 28th chapter. I want to give all the honor, glory, and praises, though, unto YAHAWAH, BaHaShem, YAHAWASHI, BaHaShem, RAWACHAA, QADASH. Double honors to the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Singing honors to the elect. Peace and blessings to the 1/3. And to the confusion of faces in the four corners of the earth. Shalom. Shalom, shalom. Like I said, we're in this predicament because of our disobedience. But the Lord did this to us to prove His point, that He did it for His name's sake. Well, let me get this really quick. This is Isaiah 47:6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. So let that sink in. The Lord said He polluted His inheritance, which is what? The nation of Israel. I tell you that in Jeremiah, that we are a lot of His inheritance. And He said that He given us into their hands. What does that mean? The Lord gave us into the hands of our enemy. Not just our enemy, our arch nemesis, ESAU, EDOM. Yeah? Continuing on Isaiah 47:6. Thou didst shew them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And why is that? Because Esau, this is all spiritual. Esau don't know that he's biologically programmed to hate and disdain us. Right? Because that's the border of wickedness, according to the scripture. So under the hatred and the guise of them, they found how to take the light from the slave, which is our inheritance. If we don't know where we come from, how the hell can we know where we're going? That's why when they would use the Bible against us, really the strongest tool you could use against your enemy is to make them forget who they are. And that's what we have forgotten, because we are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So the world only sees us as ball players, twerkers, drug dealers, quote unquote deadbeat dads, right? Just barefoot in the street, baby with saggy diapers, blunt wrappers everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Hennessy bottles in the air, promethazine, dirty cup, dreads with highlights, you know what I'm saying? 7 baby mamas, 10 kids, but you're not with none of them. Or 7 baby daddies with 10 kids and you ain't with none of them. Like, that's how the world try to perceive us as to be, to the point that even some of our people will become haters of their own people, and they would rather want to be like the heathen and not be around Jake. Yeah, that point. But see, the Lord did these things unto us because of our disobedience once again. The reason why I said, I had brought that out, the Lord's wrath with our people, and he said, and giving them into thine hand. That's why the Lord said, pride have deceived thee. See, pride deceived you, Esau, and what you've done. See, you looked at us. See, this is the thing, though. They know who we are. Check this out. Zechariah, the spirit is taken off. This is Zechariah 11:4. Thus saith the Lord my God, YAHAWAH, Allah, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Who does that in secular history? Who does that sound like? I mean, who to this day, who was holding themselves guilty of the transatlantic slave trade, of all the lynchings, of all the killings, all the burning, all the grapes, all of the castrations, right? Who today said, oh, I'm responsible for it and paying for it? No one. They possess us. Because remember, the Lord said he gave them to us. He was wroth with us. He polluted his inheritance. He gave us to them as a possession. They slayed us, and they held themselves not guilty. Remember, the Lord said that they showed no mercy. Right? Going back, Zechariah 11:5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, they that sell them, come on, listen, y'all. They that sell them, come on now, put your thinking caps on. Say, blessed be the Lord, and that's Yahweh. That's the name. Blessed be Yahweh, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. How do they get rich? Well, hell, if you have centuries of free labor, I'm pretty sure you can get a one up on over the entire world. And then not only that, that's free labor, but you're being compensated with the products from that free labor. At one point, the transatlantic slave trade supplied 80% of the world with cotton. So when I hear somebody saying, "Oh, I'm from Uzbekistan. Oh, I'm from Yugoslavia. My people didn't do that to your people. Yada yada yada," you're still Edomites. And on top of that, the neighboring countries, they bring in a bulk of majority of those goods, and then they distribute to you smaller countries. It don't even matter. You're still an Edomite. Your people still reap the benefits, of the slavery that we had to go through. And a good example I like to use, think about this, y'all. During the time we was in ancient Egypt of antiquity, and the Lord sent the death angel to kill all the firstborn of the cattle and all the firstborn sons of all of Egypt, do you not think, and I'm just speaking as a man though, but let's be honest, you do not think that there was some Egyptian or Hamitic women and men that could have been just some, good-hearted people, so to say? I'm just trying to, put it into perspective. It wasn't like all the Egyptians could have been that bad. I'm just saying as a man, because did not one of our women have a son from an Egyptian man? That could have been lust over love. But what I'm saying is, the Lord tried the whole nation. He didn't care whether you liked or you did not like the Israelites. He took the firstborn of everyone of Egypt who did not have the blood over their post. So what I'm saying is, you can sit here today and say, oh, my ancestors wasn't a part of it, but you're still a part of that same nation of people. And the Lord's judge nations. Matter of fact, let me get that. Spirit heavy. This is Acts. So see, they don't really know who we are. They don't know that who we be. And that DMX song, that what comes in my mind when I say that. They really don't know who we are. Man. This is Acts chapter 7, verse 6. And God spake on this wise, that this seed should sojourn in a strange land in Egypt, and that they should bring them into bondage, and entreat them evil 400 years. Really 430, but we'll leave that alone. Verse 7. And the nation to whom they shall be in bondage with, I judge, said God. And after that shall they come forth and serve me in this place. You notice how it said, in the nation to whom they shall be in bondage will I judge. So the Lord's still going to judge you as a nation. Because even the prophets had to go into captivity with all of Israel. So all of you heathen nations will be judged. But once again, y'all look down on us. You laugh at us. You mock us. You actually profit off of our stereotypes. But nonetheless, though you do those things, we're gonna put this back on your head. Lamentations chapter 1, verse 20. Behold, O Lord, for I am in distress, my bowels are troubled, mine heart is turned within me, for I have grievously rebelled, abroad the sword bereaveth, at home there is as death. They have heard that I sigh, there is none to comfort me. All mine enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it. I think I read Zechariah 11:5. They know, man. They know. Because, listen, if we know this much, what the hell make you think that they don't know, y'all? You really got to think about that. If we know this much about who we are, what make you think that they don't know who we are? The majority don't, but the Edomites, the conglomerate, the Dukes of Edom right now, oh, they shaking in their boots, man. Continuing on. They are glad that thou hast done it. Thou wilt bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. Right. And they go back to Deuteronomy 30:7. The Lord gonna put all these curses upon our enemies. Verse 22. I'm sorry, Lamentations 1:22. Let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me, for all my transgressions, for my sides are many, and my heart is faint. So there's going to be a day where the Lord's going to change us, man. And they're going to really understand, wait a minute. These are the children of Israel. These are the sons of God. Yeah. That's who we've been all along. You didn't get the memo? Isaiah 40:30. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord, the suffering, they that wait upon the Lord, here's the patience and the faith of the saints, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. That means we're gonna be superheroes. Those comic books. You know what's so funny? This is what I say. Whenever, that's why I say you got to use wisdom. Don't let them get to you. If they call you a nigger or a spick or a tonto or whatever, just remember this. Your ancestors worship us. Well, every time they open that Bible, even the most racist of Edomites who still believe in the Bible, guess what? You worship us. You want to be us. You take our entire heritage and you trying to replicate who we are, but you at the same time you hate us. But you worship. I don't know. Just remember that, y'all. Remember that. Because they're not going to mount up with wings as eagles. They're not going to run to and fro and not be weary. We will. Why? Because they're going to know in that day that we are the children of Israel. I'm going to close out with this precept. This is 1 John chapter 3, verse 1. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. Yeah? Remember what it says in 1 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter? If they knew the Messiah, they knew YAHAWASHI, then they wouldn't have crucified him. That's why after when he said, it is done, he gave up the spirit, the temple rent, and then the centurion said, surely this was a just man, or surely this was the Son of God. But that was after the fact, right? 1 John 3:2. Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it doth not yet appear that we shall be. Think about it, y'all. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. So what does it mean we shall be like him? Isaiah 47:3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. So what do you think it means when it says we're going to mount up with wings like eagle? We're going to run and not be weary or faint. We're going to be angelic beings, man. Paul said it, in the twinkling of an eye we shall be changed. Let this sink in. So it appears that we are not what we claim to be. But in that day, we're going to be just like him when we see him. So with that being said, I pray I was edified and fed. Stay in the spirit. Don't fear it. Just endure it. Ask for forgiveness. Pray without ceasing. Stay humble. Remain diligent. YAHAWASHI. Bofla Shalom.
Normal voltage. Normal voltage. Waiting connection.